of a prehistoric Indian hilltop enclosure. Who formed the earthworks and why? The answers lie in the earthworks themselves. Based on radiocarbon dates, scientists today believe the Fort Ancient earthworks are 2,000 years old. This means the prehistoric Indian people we call Hopewell must have built them. But why go to so much trouble to build such an earthwork? Archaeologists think Fort Ancient was used for social and ceremonial purposes. From 100 BC to AD 400, the Hopewell people built mounds and enclosures in a variety of geometric shapes, including the irregular walls that enclose hilltops like the one at Fort Ancient. Using sharpened sticks, clamshell hose, and deer bones, the Hopewells filled baskets, each one able to hold about 40 pounds of earth, and that's how they built the 18,000 feet of earthen walls that make up Fort Ancient. It is estimated that they moved 523,250 cubic yards of soil to build this site. That would be the amount of soil carried by a convoy of modern dump trucks, each filled with 20 tons of earth, lined up bumper to bumper from Cincinnati to Cleveland, a distance of over 200 miles. The Hopewell built the Fort Ancient earthworks in 3 phases. The South Fort is the first phase. From here, an entrance called the Great Gateway leads to the second phase of construction. Known as the Middle Fort, the second stage contains several stone circles and rings. The crescent mounds funnel people to a narrow portion of the site into the final phase of construction. The last stage of the earthworks to be constructed was the North Fort, which is now the site of the Fort Ancient Museum. This area contains 4 small mounds capped with stone. Set at 512 feet apart, these mounds form a near-perfect square. During the summer and winter solstices, the sun rises between specific gaps in the nearby wall to create a near-perfect alignment with the mounds. The alignments provided an ancient astronomical calendar for the people. It is thought that these calendars marked times of celebration for the prehistoric Indians. Northeast of the embankment walls are the twin mounds. Several house patterns were found here, as well as in the North Fort, suggesting that the Hopewell people lived here. The Hopewell people abandoned these settlements and vast earthworks around 400 AD, and the area remained uninhabited for nearly 500 years. Around 1000 AD, another group of people, whom archaeologists have called the Fort Ancient, occupied the South Fort and the valley along the Little Miami River. The Fort Ancient people, who occupied the site sometime between 1000 AD and 1550, lived in one location for at least a generation before they had to seek new firewood sources and fertile land. The site was again abandoned sometime between the 14th and 16th centuries. European settlers did not discover this ancient site until 1798, during the construction of a road that is today known as State Route 350. By 1820, people were speculating as to who built this ancient fort. Sometime between 1820 and 1843, the site was named Fort Ancient because its walls suggested a means of defense. Between 1889 and 1891, archaeologist Warren K. Moorhead became the first to excavate the site, including the villages in the valley and in the southern end of the site. In 1891, the Ohio Historical Society took possession of the Fort Ancient site, making it the first preserved historical site in the state. In 1908, archaeologist William C. Mills excavated the site. Mills concluded the fortified site had been used by 2 different people at the same time. One was the attacker, the other the defender. It was not until Richard Morgan's 1939 to 1940 excavations that the true story of Fort Ancient was revealed. Originally built by the Hopewell, it was occupied hundreds of years later by the Fort Ancient people. Since Morgan's findings, Excavations have uncovered vast amounts of information, which shed light on the lives of the Hopewell and Fort Ancient cultures. Today, visitors are invited to drive or walk through Fort Ancient State Memorial. Interpretive panels are within walking distance from parking areas. Picnic facilities are available to enhance your visit. There are nearly 3 miles of trails throughout Fort Ancient's 764-acre area. Hikers can choose to walk along any number of trails where they can enjoy a variety of plant and animal life and the Little Miami National Scenic River. Who built the earthworks? We now know the Hopewell culture constructed these impressive earthworks, even though we named them for the Fort Ancient culture who later inhabited the area. Why were they built? The exact answer to that question has remained hidden for over 1,000 years. Perhaps future archaeologists will be able to solve the mystery of Fort Ancient. Whether fully understood or not, we invite you to enjoy the splendor of Fort Ancient State Memorial's precious archaeological and natural resources.